Gloria Chen, Adobe Chief People Officer. This is one of those TV magic moments where I say we're in the Founders Tower and you cut to a different shot of the Founders Tower just to illustrate the point. But this is a city, San Jose, that the company's called home since 1994. And this, I guess, if I was to ask you, the first question would be, how big a bet is this on Adobe's future in the city of San Jose?
Well, we've been proud to call San Jose our home for close to 30 years. And it is an amazing investment that we're making, extending our headquarters campus here with our brand new Founders Tower. We love the space. We're invested here for the long term.
And it is a sizable investment. The numbers were interesting, 1.25 million square foot,
yes.
18 floors. It's your third tower.
Fourth
tower
yes.
in the city of San Jose.
Yes.
This is bucking the trend of what we're seeing in the technology sector, but you did decide to do this back in 2019, before the pandemic.
Yes, in fact, when we started back in 2019, or March of 2020, before everything shut down, the space where we are was a big, deep hole in the ground.
Right.
And we made the decision to continue building. We continued to build the core and the shell. And what we ended up deciding during the pandemic is we did our work right. Prior to the pandemic, we were already thinking about the future of work, how people want to come together and use workspaces. So we're really excited about how it turned out.
There is a capacity boost of 3,000
yes.
available spaces for potential employees. Is that a commitment to 3,000 new employees? I mean, who's going to fill that space?
Well, the space that we've designed here is not your traditional office space of desks and cubicles, right? We have created over 400 different kinds of working environments. So everything from a large town hall to team neighborhoods, collaboration spaces, focus spaces. So it's a lot of different uses under one roof. And so we're actually committed to continuing to grow here. We're here for the long term. But this is new space for new ways of working.
Does that growth include, a hope to hire? Right now, it's not just pulling back in real estate we see from
yes.
big tech. We see layoffs. Adobe at the end of last year did a small cut. Those are two kind of incongruous ideas, announcing a new space, a beautiful new tower yes. with capacity, while around you we're seeing cutbacks.
Well, Ed, as you know, our products and tools power the digital world. We're coming from a position of strength. So we're posting great financial results. We had great earnings last quarter, and we are continuing to grow. We're investing now in this market. We are being judicious with managing expenses, we're judicious in hiring, but we are continuing to grow, and we're investing in the space to support our employee base here. You
are the Chief People Officer, and there's a question I want to ask you about your job day to day,
yes.
and it is about Figma, but my question is, when you are potentially bringing in an outside organization, new people, how do you match those cultures? How do you integrate within your existing culture? Because that's a big part of what you're announcing with the Founders Tower as well. It's a renewal of and new sets of kind of cultural norms and rules.
Yes. So since you mentioned that, along with our 40th anniversary, we did roll out our new values. And it's really as we think about in this particular moment in time, having celebrated our 40th anniversary, moving forward into this next decade of growth, really thinking about how do we prepare for the future and for future growth. As it relates to Figma, and actually in general, all of our acquisitions, we do look at not only strategic fit, financial sense, but also cultural fit. So that's something that factors into acquisitions we make ahead of actually making those decisions. Right. And so that's very, very important to us.
Will we see some Figma personnel in this building, do you think, in the future?
Well, we're still operating as separate companies right now, so I'm not going to speculate about the future.
Okay.
But bringing people together is always something that we do, and I'll leave it at that.
There's a second sort of incongruous idea, which is that you've announced this beautiful new space. The idea is to encourage people to work collaboratively. There's also an element of hybrid working.
Yeah.
So you want people to come into the building and use it, innovate with one another, but you're also giving a degree of flexibility.
Yes. So we believe in flexible hybrid working model. What's really important to us is to be able to foster that innovation, those personal connections, to build culture and to continue to develop our employees in terms of growth over time. The bringing people together, our expectation for our employees as they're spending half of their time working in the office, half the time working from home. But what it looks like varies from team to team. We're letting leaders decide how that's going to look. But people are coming in and the energy is fantastic.
One of the reasons I was so excited to talk to you was to talk about San Jose, actually. You know, San Francisco, right on the tip, the peninsula, is still kind of lumped in with Silicon Valley.
Yes.
But actually, if you look at the map and look at where technology companies are based and operating, there is a high concentration in San Jose, right? And so I want to talk about what this is like as a place to have access to talent, to run a business. What can you tell me about why you've doubled down on the city of San Jose?
Well, as we mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, we've been here for close to 30 years. We were actually one of the first major tech companies to plant roots here in downtown San Jose.
Right.
It is an amazing environment, fantastic talent. We have great universities all around us, and of course, a lot of companies to draw from in terms of talent as well. But our investment in San Jose is also, you know, part of our commitment to the community.
Right.
You know, we're very excited to announce.
And what are those commitments? Let's get into
it. So we have a new hometown commitment strategy that we're excited to announce, and we're really focused on providing financial resources, employee engagement, as well as product donations to organizations to support San Jose's continued growth. And the Adobe Foundation is announcing $2 million in donations to organizations, 8 nonprofits in San Jose that really share our commitment to the arts and culture, to the community revitalization, as well as social impact. And we're really excited about that.
I guess, what is the thesis in terms of the return on investment? What is it that you think Adobe thinks gets back from the city of San Jose?
Our employees care deeply about purpose. The mission of the company to change the world through digital experiences, but also how we do business and how we invest in our communities. Doing good is something that's really important to us. It's been part of our founding, and it is something that we cherish, and our employees care deeply about it as well. But engaging with the community, promoting creativity, promoting the ethical use of technology. These are all things that matter greatly, and the way we do that is through interactions not only with our customers and partners, but also with the community around us in every city where we do business.
As you know, I live in San Francisco, and that's where Bloomberg Television has its studio.
Yes.
There is another tower in that city whose namesake is one of your technology industry peers. And what they found is actually, you know, it gives them a home in that city. The name is very visible, but it was very hard to fill the tower. And so I want to ask how confident you are that this Founders Tower will be fully utilized. You know, it's a really big capital investment, a big construction project, but will it be full of people actually doing things in the years to come?
So we are very committed to bringing people together, and we are constantly finding new ways to do that. So we're in the early stages. I don't think that the world of flexible and hybrid work has been defined for good, and so we are constantly experimenting, learning, iterating, and we came into this whole model with that mindset. So we're collaborating with our leaders. Our Workspaces team is actually conducting experiments on a large scale with teams across the organization, trying different things and seeing what matters. We're a data-driven company, and so we're using that in our workspaces too.
Another trend of the pandemic era was technology companies leaving the state of California. You've done the opposite, clearly, and doubled down here. But did you look at other states and other options and other strategic options about where you could have access to talent and have a good quality of life for your staff?
Well, we operate offices in 64 cities around the world.
Okay.
So we have a lot of employees around the world.
That's
we're able
global.
to tap
Yeah.
into, exactly, and we're able to tap into talent pools everywhere. And we're constantly evaluating our portfolio to see what makes sense for the business and for our employees. One of the other investments that we've made is an announcement of an office in Atlanta, Georgia, where we have a sizable employee base, but no office. And so we're creating new spaces that is purpose-built for new ways of working there too.
As I said at the start of this conversation, you're kind of bucking the trend, right? We do see tech companies, not just kind of from a layoffs perspective, but a real estate perspective as well. End leases, scale back a little bit. Talk to me about how we should view that and the health of Adobe's business. I mean, can you guarantee at this stage of 2023 that there won't be more layoffs, that you won't downsize in other areas?
So we are coming from a position of strength. We've posted great earnings. We're growing profitably. And so how we're really managing is to be prudent about our investments, be prudent about hiring. We are committed not having company-wide layoffs.
Let's finish this conversation on culture. I've been speaking to a lot of individuals throughout Silicon Valley and also globally. You know, we're in a strange moment. We've come out of the pandemic. There are lots of software engineers on the market that have been laid off from other companies. What is your kind of message to staff around Founders Tower? You know, what do you think are the top concerns for your employees right now, the people that want to come in every day? What is it that they're talking about with their peers? I just want to understand right now what the mindset of a technology employee is in 2023, having had what's frankly been a really difficult few years.
Yes, well, so let me say this. I've been at Adobe for 25 years. And I have seen the company reinvent itself and transform time after time. And I would say we are at a unique point in time right now, having just celebrated 40 years, having just launched this beautiful new building, having launched new ways of working. And I would say it's and having launched our new values, is that we are at a turning point and we're at a new beginning, a new chapter, and it's really exciting to come together and make that happen.
I'm going to have another final question in that case. In the 25 years you've been at this company and here in San Jose, where does this rank in terms of inflection points for the company, historic moments?
I would say this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest. I think strategically, our opportunities have never been bigger. We are at a different scale. We are at a different moment of time in the whole world. And so I think in that respect, it truly is a new beginning.